Hey my Wicked Beauties, today I'm going to do a book review. I'm going to do a couple book reviews. This book review is going to be specifically on Divination Conjure Style by Starr Casas. I hope this will be helpful. If you are starting to read tarot or use any type of divination, this is a perfect book to get and to read from front to back. Whether you're reading cards, you're throwing bones, you're using playing cards, whatever. This is a perfect book to read and get some information from. And this is Divination Conjure Style by Starr Casas. I did get this book off of Amazon. I think it was, let's see here, it's about 19 bucks and it's worth every dollar. So Starr Casas in this book, she does touch on protecting yourself before reading and how to properly close out a reading, which is extremely important. She does recommend calling on your ancestors or your spirit guides or whatever spirits you work with before the reading for protection. I will also include something like Florida water, which I do cleanse myself with. I will even put this in a bottle as a spray and mist my cards before reading, definitely after a reading, to close out a reading. She points out the protection aspect. I would say definitely when reading for a client or reading for someone else, you want to be sure to call on your ancestors or whatever spirit guides for protection. You never know what energy someone is carrying or what is following someone or what's attached to that client. So you always want to make sure that you are calling or doing the proper protection steps by calling on your ancestors, whatever spirit guides that you work with. Definitely your Florida water, that handy Florida water, before reading for a client or just reading for someone else in general. You never know what's attached to them. The book also touches on if you do come in contact with a spirit or any energy that you feel comes to wreak havoc or misfortune, or you just ain't feeling that energy or that spirit. As a lot of you Wicked Beauties will already know, you can drive that spirit off with sulfur. The book also touches on dedicating your cards, your tarot cards, your bones, whatever you're using as divination, to your ancestors or whatever spirit guides or whatever spirits you work with. The reason for dedicating your tools, your tarot cards, or whatever divination tools that you're using is to have a way for them to speak directly to you. So by offering them or dedicating those tools to your ancestors or whatever spirits you work with, it is a way for them to speak directly to you in a way that you can understand through those tools. Starr Casas also points out, which I agree with, is to set up an altar. You want to set up an altar that is going to be your sacred place to use your divination tools that are going to be dedicated to your ancestors or whatever spirits you're using, in order for them to communicate with you through those tools that you dedicated to them. So it is important to set up that altar as a sacred space to do your readings or whatever divination that you are using. I cannot stress, my Wicked Beauties, the importance of cleansing yourself, whether it's with a spiritual wash, spiritual bath, cleansing bath. You always want to make sure that you are cleansing your space and yourself before and after doing a reading, even cleansing your altar. And the book does touch on that as well. She does give a recipe to a multi-purpose spiritual wash spray, which you'll need 3 bay leaves, 3 olive leaves, 4 tablespoons of baking soda. And then she does recommend praying over the water while saying Psalms 23. You know, a lot of people don't like to work with the Psalms or with the Bible, so you do what works for you. But she does recommend praying over that multi-purpose spiritual wash with praying over it with Psalms 23. Now, for the cleansing bath, it is recommended 4 tablespoons of table salt, 4 tablespoons Epsom salt, 4 tablespoons baking soda. And in the book, she did ask a good question, and you know, leave your comment in the description, in the comment section below. Do we need all this hoopla? Does it matter? Do the candles matter? Do, you know, all the extra shit that we buy, does it matter? Are we still able to tap in without all of those tools and all the extra? And I agree with her when she says no. I believe that your mind is pretty much, your mind power is pretty much all you need to communicate with your ancestors, your spirit guides, whatever. The candles and all that are pretty much to get you in your vibe, or just extra, but it's not needed in my opinion. You guys may disagree. Let's agree to disagree. She touches on, you know, how a lot of people will not do the work, won't do the spell because I don't have bay leaves, or they don't do the spell because I don't have a red candle on hand, or all that is just extra. Your intent, this here, that's going to get it done. She also goes into healing a bloodline. If you feel like your bloodline or your ancestors, your bloodline, family line has been cursed, she does go into that as well. I'm telling you guys, this book is awesome. I definitely recommend getting this book. As mentioned in the book, divination is a great way to consult with your ancestors or whatever spirit you work with before making an important decision or making a move forward. So as a recap, you do want to establish that connection with your ancestors. You want to dedicate your divination tools to your ancestors, and it's important that you also get a space that is dedicated to doing your divination, whether it's setting up an altar or whichever. Can't stress enough the importance of cleansing yourself or calling on your ancestors or whatever spirits you work with before doing a reading, whether it's for yourself, a client, friend, family, whoever, and also closing out the reading properly. Starr Casas does mention that anytime you light a candle and start to pray, you open up a door. When you're finished with your work, that door needs to be closed. You don't want a spirit that was attached to that reading hanging around. Of course, after your reading or using whatever divination tools, give thanks to your ancestors or whatever spirit that you are dealing with or consulting with. She recommends stating something like, ancestors or whichever spirit you work with, I petition you, just as you woke this tool up, will you now put it back to sleep until I call on you again? While closing the reading, cleansing yourself. Again, I recommend cleansing yourself with Florida water, brushing yourself off with this. This book even goes into the meanings of reading with playing cards. So she goes over the hearts, the clubs, the spades, the diamonds, the jokers, every card, the meaning and how to use them. Starr Casas even throws in here a couple spells that you can use with the playing cards. For example, there's one here, Crown of Success Work. I ain't gonna give you the spell though. But I do recommend getting this book. I just wanted to give you guys a quick rundown on this book. Definitely recommend getting it. You know, I'll be doing a lot of work and taking a lot of notes out of this book, but I do want to thank you for watching this quick review, and be sure to hit the like and subscribe if you like the information. I'll see y'all in the next video. My Wicked Beauties. Mwah.